Yo, Stefon Diggs just got caught in the most disrespectful position a man can be caught in. And the receipts, they're staying in his own backyard. Cardi is done seeing everything. The internet pieced it together. And now her camp is letting the whole world know she's been gone. Bro really thought he could play in Bard's face with Playboy cards leftovers and nobody would notice. Stefon picked the worst possible woman to test, and the worst possible time to do it. Before we get into it, subscribe, don't miss it. Nah. Giovanna Ramos, Gio, Playboy Cards ex, posted a selfie to her Instagram story that fans immediately matched frame for frame to Stefon Diggs' Maryland state, dropping the ball in the same week Cardi B's cam confirmed she's been done. The post went up this week on Instagram, and a matching black wall plus fencing comparison hit Twitter via Nicki Minaj fan account. I got the scoop the same day. Bro really thought nobody would zoom in on the background. Now, let's look at the receipts that show why this backfired on Diggs in real time. Let's start at the top because the quotes alone tell you everything. On her Instagram story dropped this week, Gio captioned her now infamous selfie with the words, "Life been good." A flex that at the time looked like just another baddie post. When I first saw it, I'm not going to lie, I scrolled past. But then the Twitter detectives went to work. And you got the scoop page posted a side by side with the caption, "Now Gio, baby, that don't look like Miami. That looks like Stefon's crib for sure." Bro, when I read that, I had to put my phone down. That's not a rumor. That's an architectural ID. Now, flashback to April. That same scoop page tweeted a cryptic four-letter acronym. IGSTF. No, we could crack it back then. This week, the page finally translated themselves. I heard Gio and Stefon Diggs. Yo, that's the kind of receipt that ages like fine wine. They've been sitting on this for months. When I read that translation, I was like, nah, this ain't a coincidence. This is a source rumor that just hit the surface. Then there's Diggs himself. When Fox News reporters press him on his relationship status, the man who used to call Cardi his girlfriend with no hesitation, he started giving these cold PR-coded answers like, "That's the mother of my son. She's an amazing woman. She's beautiful. She's talented. I got nothing but love for her. Bruh, love for her." That's the language a man uses when he's already moved on. When I heard him say, "You have to ask her," I knew that's not how a man in a relationship talks. That's how a man covering his tracks talks. And then comes the kill shot. Cardi B's right hand.
Ken Barbie.
The same dude who's been her unofficial PR shield for years. Hit Twitter with hurt people. They think they'll get you back by hurting you, but instead just push you further away. "I'm proud of you, little miss." Followed by "whole time you've been gone." Yo, when Ken Barbie speaks, that's Cardi speaking. That's not a fan tweet. That's an official statement disguised as a friend's post. He just told the whole internet she's been done. And before all this, Gio herself was already burning Cardi to the ground on her own story, posting his desperate text messages where Playboy Cardi was practically begging her back. And her response was basically, "I'm done." Complex reported her cryptic line, "I don't understand. WTF?
You want?
Nah, you can't say that and expect us not to wonder where you went next. Now we know. Now that we got the quotes, let's connect the dots." Here's where it gets wild because this ain't a one-week story. This been brewing since spring. Remember that it got the scoop tweet. It went up the same week Gio was publicly destroying Cardi on her IG story. Meanwhile, one relationship was collapsing on camera. Another one was allegedly being built off camera. The timing ain't a coincidence, fam. The timing is a confession. Now layer this in. Around that same April window, fans started peeping Gio rocking pieces from Lim, Stefon Diggs' personal fashion brand, including the exact leather pants Cardi B wore to support Megan Thee Stallion on Broadway. The exact same pants. Bro, wearing your alleged new man's brand while wearing the same fit his baby mama just stunted in. That's not a coincidence. That's a statement. Any smart woman would have grabbed a different designer. But here we are. Remember those likes? They were happening on both Stefon's main page as Finina quietly repeatedly and then mysteriously deleted once people started screenshotting. The cleanup attempt alone is an admission. You don't scrub what didn't happen. Now the playbook gets even crazier. Right around April, the same window Gio was crashing out on Cardi. Playboy Cardi suddenly hit follow on Cardi B's Instagram out of nowhere after years of just sitting in her followers list. And Barty, she unfollowed him on sight. She peeped game in real time. That's a woman who already knew what was happening behind the scenes. Cardi playing checkers. Cardi already played the chess match in her head and walked off the board. And here's the part that's been bugging me. Diggs hosted his Diggs Day this year. Cardi didn't show. He hosted his furniture gala. Cardi didn't show. The only public sighting we had since the Mother's Day event in DC on May 9th was at TMZ's argument outside the Maryland coffee shop on May 13th. That a 1 month plus gap of zero public togetherness. And the only time we see them, they arguing on camera for 10 minutes. That ain't a relationship. That's a contract expiring. So Diggs really lined up an alleged side situation while still posing for reconciliation photos. That's terrible strategy, bruh. Any vet would have waited. But Stefon ain't a vet in the streets. He's a vet on the field. 2 different leagues. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Now check this out. Nobody's talking about the wall. Zoom in on Joe's selfie. That specific black accent wall. Stefon Diggs has been posting from the same wall for 2 years straight on his personal IG. That ain't a hotel. That ain't an Airbnb. That's a custom interior design choice on a privately owned estate that was featured in a Market Watch piece about his $30,000 couch. The wall is essentially his fingerprint. And Gio took a selfie in front of it like it was nothing. That's not bold. That's reckless. Now check the fencing in the outdoor shot. The exact slat pattern matches photos. Diggs posted his own grid months ago. That kind of fencing is custom spec. It's not a Home Depot with panel. There's maybe 3 properties in that part of Maryland with that exact build. And Stefon's is one of them. If Diggs had half a brain, he would have told her to crop the background before responding to anybody. Now, the wildest forensic layer. That same property has reportedly been listed for sale, and a realtor was hosting open house events at the Maryland estate earlier this month. So one of 2 things is true. Either Gio took the picture during an open house, which means the whole thing is a setup and she could have just walked in, or Gio took it as a guest, which means Diggs let her in. Either way, the optics are nuclear. Bro, if you're the homeowner and you knew the realtor was bringing strangers through, why didn't you say something the moment you saw her post go viral? The silence speaks. And here's the layer that broke me. Look at Ken Barbie's word choice. Whole time she'd been gone.
Whole time.
That's a deliberate piece of grammar. That's a man telling you, pause the clock. She was already done before the story broke. Meaning Card's camp wants a timeline to favor her. She didn't react to Gio. She left first. That's a PR move worthy of an industry veteran. Diggs got out-strategized in his own scandal. One more thing. Pete Diggs' Fox News interview again with a forensic ear.
He didn't say we. He said she.
Every single answer was she's amazing. She's talented. She works hard. Not one we. A man in a relationship says we. A man rehearsing a breakup statement says she. That's the tell. Now let's see how the media covered this. So here's where the spin gets interesting. TMZ framed the May 13th coffee shop incident as just an argument, a couple-wide disagreement that wasn't that big a scene. That's the friendly framing. But remember those 10 minutes? TMZ themselves admitted security had to turn fans away. That ain't a spat. That's a showdown. Then Billboard came in soft, framing Diggs' response as him simply downplaying the video and saying what argument were great. Billboard played like a power couple having a moment. But Yahoo Sports went a different route. They led with a headline, "That's my child's mother," highlighting the same phrasing that signaled detachment. 2 outlets, same quote, completely different spins. One wants the romance to stay alive for the clicks. The other already smelled the dead body. Then People magazine, bless their hearts, ran the Mother's Day PDA story like it was a reconciliation confirmation. Pictures, kisses, the whole production. But Just Jared had already reported in February that fans noticed the unfollow situation, meaning even People's reconciliation narrative was built on a relationship that had already cracked once. The media been telling us 2 opposite stories for half a year. And now some Diggs defenders are out here saying she's not even in his house. That could be anywhere. Bro, those are the same people who thought the Super Bowl 50 he took was a moral victory. Be for real. The fencing matches. The wall matches. The realtor confirms the property. You don't need a forensics degree to see what's in front of you. Revolt Frame Card's whole arc is her responding to backlash, but they buried the Ken Barbie quote. The mainstream outlets do not want to print the words, "she been gone," because that closes a story. And a closed story doesn't sell next week's headline.
But here's what nobody is saying.
Mainstream media wants you to believe this is just another celebrity breakup. Two famous people couldn't make it work. Oh well, on to the next story. Click here, like, subscribe. Nah, here's what they won't tell you. This isn't a breakup. This is a pattern. And Cardi B is the only woman in hip-hop who keeps escaping it before it destroys her. Let me put you on. Hip-hop has a recurring playbook where the woman gets used as a flex piece for the man's brand reset. Stefon Diggs ain't just an NFL player. He's been pivoting hard into a fashion mogul lane, with his lean brand art collecting the whole soft luxury black man rebrand. Cardi was a cosign that made it pop. The Megan Broadway moment in his lean leather, that was a $10 million lean brand activation disguised as date night. So, when allegedly the same exact pieces show up on Playboy Cards X 2 months later, that ain't romance. That's a marketing refresh. Stefon was treating his relationships like collection drops. And Diggs played himself because Cardi B is the one woman in this game who already survived the script. Remember Offset? She watched a man use her platform to elevate his solo lane, then publicly drag her name. She came out of that swinging, won the divorce optics, and kept her empire. She's been trained to spot a brand leech in his pre-flex phase. The minute Playboy Cardi hit follow during Joe's meltdown, that was the algorithm of betrayal warming up. Barty peeped it. She'd already seen this movie. Now, here's the angle that's going to get me canceled. Geo in those lean pieces was an accident. That was a chess move from somebody. Either Diggs gave it to her as a flex or Geo strategically wore it knowing the internet would clock it. Either way, somebody wanted Cardi to see this. Somebody wanted this to leak. And in hip-hop, when a leak happens, it's never about love. It's about leverage. Who's leveraging who? That's the question every blog is too scared to ask. Stefon is in negotiations with the Patriots' future. Cardi is in album rollout mode. A scandal right now helps one of them and hurts the other. You do the math on who benefits from the headline. And let's not forget Cardi B has been here before with this exact lineage of man. Offset to Stefon. Same archetype, smooth talker, public charmer. Kids with multiple women can't sit still. The difference is this time Bai didn't even let the betrayal hit the front page before she'd already left the building. She didn't cry on Instagram Live. She didn't drop a diss track. She went live for 2 seconds on TikTok. Said nothing. Sat with stone face and let Ken Barbie do the talking. That's not heartbreak. That's a CEO handling a contract termination. The forbidden truth. Stefon Diggs is replaceable in Card's empire. Cardi is not replaceable in his. Every time he loses her, he loses cultural relevance. Every time she loses him, she gains a chapter for the album. He needed her more than she needed him, and his alleged play with Geo. Playboy Card's emotionally stabilized ex with a track record of leaking texts and threatening to leak music. It is the dumbest brand decision a man in his position could make. He just tied his $80 million legacy to a woman who's known for blowing up her exes on the internet. Diggs is playing checkers. Cardi already won the chess match. Geo is the queen he sacrificed. And Cardi is the bishop just trying to follow his way back to relevance. Every piece on this board is broken except Barty. She walked off the board with the crown and the title. And that's the truth they won't tell you. So, what happens next? Scenario 1, the most likely outcome. Cardi B goes nuclear on the album. Here's what's most likely to happen. Card's been quiet on purpose. She's not going to dress Stefon Diggs on Instagram Live. She's not going to drop a diss tweet. She's going to do what real artists do. She's going to put on the album Mark Myred. The next single is going to have a bar so specific, so surgical that the whole internet is going to reroute to this moment when that song drops. Stefon is going to be sitting in a Patriots locker room watching his name trend for all the wrong reasons. Bro is going to look desperate trying to play it cool on Fox News interviews while the streaming numbers tell on him. The silence right now, it's the loudest pre-album rollout in hip-hop history. And Diggs ain't ready. He's never had a public woman with bars before. Offset learned the hard way what happens when Cardi decides to write about you. Stefon's about to attend the same university. Scenario 2. The alternative. Gio crashes out and leaks everything. Now, if Cardi takes a high road, here's the alternative. Gio is going to do what Gio does. She's already proven she will dump text messages to Instagram stories when she's emotionally compromised. When Stefon inevitably pulls back from her, and he will, because the NFL doesn't play with reputation risk, Gio is going to go scorched to earth. Watch what happens. She's going to post receipts. She's going to post dates. She's going to post locations. And Stefon ain't ready for a woman who treats DMs like ammunition. We saw the Cardi playbook. We're about to see the Diggs sequel. 5 months from now, there's going to be a screenshot floating around that ends Stefon Diggs' soft luxury rebrand for good. Diggs really thought he was tucking this in quietly. He picked the wrong woman to keep quiet. Scenario 3. The industry earthquake. This resets the NFL hip-hop crossover era. Looking at the bigger picture, this moment is going to mark the end of the NFL star plus female rapper power couple era. Travis, Kelce, and Taylor Swift are watching. Other crossover couples are watching. When the most watched Black power couple in sports plus hip-hop collapses over an alleged side situation with a rapper's emotionally public ex, the whole template gets recalibrated. Brands are going to pull back from NFL endorsement deals tied to rappers' partners. Marketing teams are going to add morality clauses. The whole crossover gold rush is about to get cold. And Stefon Diggs is going to be the cautionary tale they reference at sports marketing conferences 5 years from now. Remember when Diggs let Playboy Card's ex take a selfie at a crib? That's going to be the textbook example of how to fumble a billion-dollar brand era in one Instagram story.
Cardi B.
Meanwhile, she's about to enter her grown woman posting info. I told y'all arc, the album, the interviews, the merchandise, the documentary. It's all going to land different now. She just got handed a narrative arc that money cannot buy. Stefon basically wrote her next chapter for free. Whatever happens, one thing's clear. Stefon Diggs already lost. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss when we expose what everyone else is too scared to say. Ring that bell for notifications. And if you want more truth bombs like this, click on one of these videos next. Trust me, you'll want to see what we